And now it's time for our show, Helping Seniors of Brevard, with your host, Kerry Fink.
In the studio with me is none other than Nancy Deardorff, our Helping Seniors Operations Director. How are you doing today, Nancy?
I'm great. It's a beautiful day outside.
You know, I was going to make the comment, normally we involve John Harper in the conversation because John, as you know, he helped our president and founder of Helping Seniors going way back to the Brevard Alzheimer's days. He serves on the board of Helping Seniors as executive vice president, and he's usually the one that people see and hear when we're doing the Helping Seniors radio show. And yet we often don't get to talk about Jim, who's kind of like the unsung hero behind the scenes, quietly keeping it all moving as we go along. So Jim Votro and John Harper have really helped us keep the whole radio side of this thing moving forward, and it's really been a blessing to this organization, I think. So
a huge blessing, and we're so grateful. We're so grateful to this station and Jim and John for having us and hosting us. We really appreciate it. We're very blessed.
Yes, absolutely. And so, every Wednesday, lunchtime, 12 noon, we gather around the radio at 90.3 FM, WEJF. And we also want to welcome the listeners tuning in online at WEJF.net. And also, as many of you know, for years, we've always taken the programs and made them available on YouTube and also Facebook under... They have a thing called Facebook Watch, which is videos. You can catch the Helping Seniors TV programs, the Helping Seniors radio programs. All of those are there, and you can access them. Just go to Facebook, Helping Seniors of Brevard, or YouTube. You can subscribe to the channel there, Helping Seniors of Brevard. But starting at the beginning of this year, we're now officially podcasters. That's like the hip thing everybody does these days. So you can go to your Apple iTunes. You can go to your Alexa and say, hey, play Helping Seniors Radio. You can go, it doesn't matter. You can go Spotify. You can go iHeartRadio, wherever. In fact, Facebook now does podcasts, and we're there as well. So wherever you find your podcast, you will find Helping Seniors Radio, and it's a great opportunity to go back and catch up, because what we hear a lot is somebody will hear us talking about a topic on the radio, and then they'll get excited about it because it probably has something of an answer for somebody else that they know, and they're like, oh, I wish you could have heard that show because they were talking right about that situation. Last week, for example, Tracy Graff, who's with Avid Home Care, and Barb McIntyre, who is Reverse Mortgage Funding, were on the radio with us, and we were having some really good conversations about how you can get involved and help as well. And so a lot of people, would hear that. There was some good information because she does a lot of work. I'm talking about Tracy Graff with Avid Home Care. She does a lot of work with helping seniors understand, you too can still be an organ donor. I didn't know that until we got into that on the radio show. So a lot of people like to go back and pick up these broadcasts, and so you can find them wherever you listen to podcasts. And so, Nancy, we were talking about that you were our topic today, and we're welcoming, by the way, our very good friend and special guest, Jennifer Helin, with Seniors Helping Seniors. How are you today, Jennifer?
I'm here. I'm good.
Well, we're delighted that you're here. And so basically what we talked about, what do we call today's show? We want to talk about community events, right? Because now that COVID, fortunately, seems to be on the reverse. Everybody's hopefully got their vaccinations, their boosters. We're trying to be careful to stamp this thing out, and it looks like, even though it shot up with Omicron, it looks like now when you see these charts every day, it looks like it's kind of receding, which is really a nice thing. But that means more and more events. And so just yesterday, Nancy Deardorff, you were down in Barefoot Bay meeting and greeting folks. How did all that go?
Yes, it was wonderful. It was the Barefoot Bay Senior Health Fair, and it was wonderful. There was lots of great vendors. We had a really good turnout. It was a great event. And met with Nina, who is with Platinum Events, who puts on the event. And, the whole purpose of events is to educate and inform people of what's out there. Maybe not necessarily for what you need right now, but you might need in the future. Yeah. And also, it's very social, and it was a fun event.
Yeah, we're talking about Nina Varuso, who's been a friend of the Helping Seniors organization for quite a while. She's the one that really kind of leads the way on these senior events. And one of the cool things that we were talking about is she does move these around the county. So like, yesterday you had Helping Seniors set up on a table there in Barefoot Bay, so everybody from that community is able to come out. Where's the one that's coming up in March? Is that going to be?
The one coming up in March is at Wickham Park. Wickham Park Pavilion.
Right.
The same as it was in, I believe, November.
Right.
Nina got a really good response because it is outdoors.
Right.
So even though COVID-19 is sort of on the downs, the downside is going down, people are relaxing. She got a really good feedback about people loving the fact that the expo was outdoors. So she's doing that again. And hopefully we'll enjoy this great weather that we're
Right.
enjoying today, that it's not too hot. But it's under a pavilion, so it's protected.
Right.
And it's shaded.
Yep.
And it's just a great event, and that's where it'll be. Plenty of parking, plenty of room to move around. If you've ever been to that pavilion, it's huge. Lots and lots of vendors of all different sorts, from healthcare to home services to legal, even some government representative, VA representatives,
Right.
You name it. This is her big event of the year, the largest.
Yeah.
And I highly encourage everyone to come out. Again, for information you need now or later, like Barbara McIntyre, my motto is knowledge is power.
Right.
So it's more than just about giveaways and snacks. It's also about equipping people with the information that they need, again, either now or later, so they know who to call and they can help navigate, again, all tying into that thing we're talking about, which is formulating your own aging plan. So it's a huge event with more vendors than you'll see at any other expo. And it's social and fun. There's fun involved too. Door prizes. So I highly encourage everyone to come out that Wickham Park.
Yeah, do we have the date for that? Do we know?
I believe it's March 20th, but
Okay.
you caught me off guard. I don't
No,
have my
it's okay.
calendar in front of me.
We'll make sure that we get it posted out
Yeah.
on the Helping
Yeah.
Seniors Facebook page and also on our other social media, because if you follow different social media, we do Twitter, we do LinkedIn. We do Instagram. And so,
and also, Kerry, it'll be in our March edition of our newsletter.
Oh, that's right.
Inside, she did an article on it,
Yes.
on the benefits of why people should attend an expo. It'll be in the Helping Seniors newsletter inside Senior Scene magazine.
Right.
And she has a whole article and the date.
Exactly. And Jennifer Helin with Seniors Helping Seniors, as life is starting to move a little bit back more towards whatever post-COVID life looks like, you're seeing probably the same thing. Lots of events are starting to spring back up on the calendar. And how are you guys doing with all that?
So we are really enjoying that because, we typically would have all of our caregivers, we call them providers at Seniors Helping Seniors. We would get together several times a year for continuing education and just some camaraderie. And for almost 2 years, we didn't do that.
Right.
So really so excited to be able to get back together as our own little community within our own business, Seniors Helping Seniors. So last Friday was Caregiver Appreciation Day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was National Caregiver Appreciation Day. So we had a drop-in program at the office where our caregivers could drop in and they would get a treat bag with some goodies in it, just to show our love and appreciation for the caregivers that we have in the office that are so wonderful to our seniors on a day-to-day basis. So we did that, but we're also going to be getting together for a meeting on March 30th, and because it is near and dear to our heart too, to plan.
Yeah.
Like you said, we've got to plan for things and we've got to be proactive. We have a lot of folks who have dementia that we take care of. And so going back a little bit, at the beginning of the year, I always send out an evaluation. How are we doing as a business? What can we do to improve on? And I send that out to all of our employees. And so one of the things of hiring seniors, you never have to guess. They will tell you exactly what they think, which is not a bad thing. It's,
Sure.
so it... we sent out a survey, and I did ask, would you be interested in having a memory screening? Now, most of the population out there would say, no, I don't want to know. I don't want to even go there. early intervention is really important. How do we plan for that? What do we do? If I know ahead of time, I can start doing things now to slow the progression. So I went ahead and put that in the survey, and we had 52%. The percentage is
Wow,
say
that's
that
high.
It's huge.
That's
It's
fantastic that people are taking stock of their memory care.
Exactly. And
That's
I think, because we see it on a day-to-day basis, we're a little bit more aware.
Yeah.
And more aware that there are things that we can do to slow the progression. So because of that, we're going to be having screeners come into our March meeting.
Oh,
we're going to have someone come in from the Merritt Island Medical Research. They do screenings. They and the Brevard Alzheimer's Foundation are going to give us screeners to come in, do the memory testing and memory screenings, and talk to us about the importance of screenings and about the importance of early intervention. And we're being hosted by our friends over at Hibiscus Court.
Oh, wow.
So we're really kind of utilizing all of those senior resources that we have to put on a great program for our own caregivers. And I bring it up to remind people that memory screenings are available out in the community. Brevard Alzheimer's Foundation is doing some on March 8th. You have to call for an appointment. But, as we're getting back together, it's important to plan and to take care of one another and take care of ourselves. So we're really excited about that meeting coming up and the response that we're getting for it. And
I as you were talking about that, I was thinking a lot of us, I think you were there too, at there's a group called the Florida State Guardianship Association, and then they have a Space Coast chapter that meets, and they're trying to inform the people who are part of that organization about things they should be aware of. And I was literally, as you were talking about that, I was thinking about the speaker at the February meeting, Scott Greenberg, was doing a presentation about memory issues, because that's sort of his expertise. He came all the way up, I think, from South Florida to share this. He's written a book. He's done a lot of radio and things like that. The book is terrific. It's called "Oh My Goodness, My Mother is Getting Older and So Am I," and it's really an interesting read about all this. But the point that you're making is, I remember him talking to us in that meeting about the importance of you get started, and even though you may be fighting with a memory situation, the earlier you diagnose, the more you can kind of like keep it, as static as you can over time. It seemed like there's a real benefit to figuring out what's going on early.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, there is no cure, but there are things that you can put into place to help mitigate, and postpone some things. So it's really important for that early detection.
Right. And the other flip side I was thinking, as you were talking about, is our buddies over at Hibiscus Court. They kind of champion the whole dementia series training, speaking as we're talking about events. And I remember they came out to the Brevard Commission on Aging once and did like an abbreviated version so we could just get a taste of it. But it's quite unusual because it's such an immersion into what it must be like to be that person, and you start to really get a sense for a little bit more empathy for somebody who's going through that situation. And I know that they're planning on ramping all those up this year too.
They are, and in fact, I did talk to Amanda Walker over at Hibiscus Court about the virtual dementia tour. They will be starting up hopefully in April. They will be going around and bringing that virtual dementia tour to different facilities, different locations in the county, and also possibly training some of our first responders on dementia and how to handle folks with dementia in an emergency situation. But if you have the opportunity to go to that virtual dementia, it's an amazing experience. I've done it twice. And I've gotten something different out of each experience. So I if I ever do get dementia, I know which lady I'm going to be. I will be in everybody else's room. I'm looking at Nancy. I'm warning her now. I will be in everybody else's room, and I will be cleaning everybody else's room. I will.
Yeah.
But I'll just clean up. I'll probably be hiding things.
Well, that's good.
Well, I will be.
Tell me what building you'll be
busy.
in, because I'll if you're going to clean my room, I'll go to the same building as you.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, that will be me. That's what I did at the. I didn't know what else to do, so I just made myself busy.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking about this. So that's Jennifer Helin with Seniors Helping Seniors, and we're talking talking about different events and things that are available. We're going to make sure we hunt down those dates from Amanda Walker at Hibiscus Court, and we're going to make sure that they get out not only on our website but also on our Facebook page. Hibiscus Court has been longtime friends of the Helping Seniors organization. As a nonprofit, we really depend on like-minded souls in the community to help us keep going. And Hibiscus has been a sponsor going back many, many years, supporting the work of Helping Seniors. You guys have, from the Seniors Helping, not only do you serve on the board, Jennifer Helin, with Seniors Helping Seniors, but you've also been kind enough to support the work of Helping Seniors over these years. And as Nancy Deardorff, our operations director, can tell you, we need that help. We need businesses that care for seniors who want to get involved. And just, I don't want to take us way off topic, but I just want to ask Nancy, if somebody has interest in learning more about, as a business or as an organization that's providing services to seniors, what would you suggest that they do to get in touch and start to learn more about?
Yes, thank you. Well, first of all, to your point, we are really dependent. We're a nonprofit and very small. There's not a lot of us.
Right.
And we do, they say good things come in small packages, and
Right.
that's us. But we are 100% dependent on private donations and also sponsorships from businesses. So whether you own a business or you're part of a business that would like to sponsor, we need you. We need that sponsorship. We have different levels of sponsorship available, and they all come with benefits in return. So not only is it philanthropy, a charitable donation to a really good cause of us continuing to help seniors in Brevard live a better quality of life, it also is an opportunity for those businesses to really get a little extra boost, a highlight, if you will, to be part of our network. A lot of seniors read our newsletter and receive our newsletter, and they take a look at our senior services directory. And as a sponsor, you're listed in that directory,
Right.
and people depend on that. People will call me simply to say, I need a trusted realtor. I need a trusted estate attorney. I need a trusted home care agency, such as Seniors Helping Seniors, which is fantastic, by the way, because I was also a client for a family member of mine. But anyway, so you get benefit in addition to the real reason, which is giving to a charitable cause. So if anyone is interested, we need you. Please reach out to me at Helping Seniors. Our number is 321-473-7770. If I do not pick up, I'm probably on the phone helping a senior. Please leave a voicemail. I will always call you back, and I can give you all the details of the benefits of sponsorship in addition to just the good cause of giving from the heart.
Yeah, and if you're an individual, same thing applies. You are welcome. We're just been in the middle of our annual fund drive. Our president and founder, Joe Steckler, sent out a bunch of letters saying, here's where we are. I think the statistics are phenomenal. I think last radio show that we were talking about, you're handling something like 300 calls a month coming in?
There's roughly, our calls have risen. Our senior helpline handles 300 calls a month right now,
Wow.
which has been a steady increase
Yeah.
over the last few months for a wide variety of issues. A lot of them are housing issues, which we talked about last week, and I'm sure we'll be talking more about.
Oh,
In
yeah.
fact, our March edition of our newsletter talks to that.
Yes.
But yes, to your point again, not just corporations and businesses do we need your help with sponsorship, but individual donations.
Yeah.
Any amount. You don't have to feel obligated to keep sending. If you can only give one time, if we've helped you, if you know someone we've helped, or if someone in a senior that's been, that's a senior that's been helped by any organization or has struggled, try to think about finding it in your heart to give, even a one-time donation. Nothing is too small, and of course, nothing is too large, and we really do appreciate it.
I was smiling as you were saying that because the other day, you can go, by the way, you can go directly to the helpingseniorsofbrevard.org website, and there is a donate button right there. And the other day, because it's a small organization, so we see as people are giving. And so in comes a donation for $4, literally $4. And so Joe, our president and founder, he's the guy who started the whole Helping Seniors thing. He's the guy that got the Joe's Clubs built here. There's nobody that cares more about seniors in this community than Joe Steckler. But he goes, Kerry, he said, what is this? I said, well, I believe in the Bible, so I remember the story about the widow's mites, and
Absolutely.
you know, every penny helps. And I can tell you, if you know Joe, you know he is very careful to make sure that everything we do financially in this organization, we stretch every penny as far as we can possibly make it go, you know? So when you give, you really are helping. And I wanted to kind of circle back because on Jennifer Helin and her business, Seniors Helping Seniors, you've been around. First of all, you've been on the board of Helping Seniors for a long time, and we often joke that people confuse us, the charity, Helping Seniors of Brevard, with what you guys do, Seniors Helping Seniors, which is hiring seniors to help other seniors in the community. And when we go to the second half of the show, I'm going to ask now that you grab a pencil and a paper so you can jot down, because we're going to give you some dates and some exciting things that are happening in the community on the second half of the show. But you might even want to grab that pencil right now to hear a little bit about what Jennifer's going to tell you, because there's two things. One, they can be a great help in your home, but also if you're trying to get back out of the house and maybe do something that you're not ready to, to just play golf all day or something like that. There's actually a great employment opportunity working together with Seniors Helping Seniors. So talk a little bit about both sides of that, if you don't mind.
Absolutely. And even if you do want to play golf, we might be able to put you to work that way as well. You never
See,
know.
There you go.
So we have a gentleman down in southern Melbourne Beach who is a golfer. And so whenever we have another gentleman that wants to golf and can't independently for whatever reason, he's our guy. He golfs. Over the years, he's been with us probably 7 or 8 years. He's golfed 3 or 4 times with 3 or 4 different gentlemen. One gentleman had macular degeneration, and so he couldn't see to tee up the ball, but once it was there and he knew where it was, he could go ahead and hit the drive, and
Wow.
then, we would take him down to where the ball landed. We'd keep an eye on it. So, it's a lot of fun with what we do. And I know we're getting ready for break, but we'll talk a little bit more about Seniors Helping Seniors. But if you would like to work with us, please give us a call at 321-722-2999. Again, that's 321-722-2999.
Yeah, I love how you said it one time. You said the heart of a volunteer, but doesn't mind accepting the pay. So it's good. We're going to have the second half of Helping Seniors Radio coming up right after this mid-show break. Stay tuned.
Our time is coming up on 12:33 this Wednesday afternoon. Helping Seniors of Brevard. Part 2 continues right now. Let's get back to the show with your host and the Executive Director of Helping Seniors of Brevard, none other than Kerry Fink. Hi, Kerry.
Hey, John Harper, and thank you. And welcome back to the second half of our lunchtime gathering every Wednesday right here on 90.3 FM. We have some of the greatest friends of Helping Seniors in the studio today. It's none other than Nancy Deardorff, who is our Operations Director, coming in to be part of the show, but also Jennifer Helin with Seniors Helping Seniors, but who also volunteers her time and sits on the board of Helping Seniors of Brevard. How are you guys doing today?
Wonderful.
Excellent.
And we were talking, we started at the top of the show, we were giving some kudos because the guys behind the scenes, John Harper and Jim Votro, they always, you don't see them as much out in the forefront, but they're the guys who keep the whole radio thing moving along every week. So we really appreciate them, and we really appreciate you tuning into the radio show. Our topic of today is we're talking about community events, and we've been talking about a lot of things. We've talked about what you do, Jennifer Helin, with Seniors Helping Seniors, which is not only, as Joe Steckler, our president and founder, talks about it, kind of that first element of care, getting some help at home with everything from transportation to things around the house to meals and all those things that you guys are able to do very cost effectively and help people get used to having somebody helping a little bit in the house, but then also that you're a great employment opportunity because you hire seniors who maybe say, I'm not done giving. There's stuff I can do and I really want to help.
We do, and we welcome them into our Little Seniors Helping Seniors family. You know, I've always said that I don't want to hire someone that I wouldn't put into my mom's house, but
Right.
I also don't put one of my caregivers into a house I wouldn't put my own mom in. So we're very protective of our clients, but also our caregivers as well.
Yeah.
It's you were talking about community events. It's a lot of this is about socialization and companionship. You know,
Yes.
even if we're there to clean or we're there for transportation to a doctor's appointment, it all of it has a component of that companionship socialization piece because that's so important for our seniors.
Yeah.
And, you know, when you work with us, that's something that it also provides. You know, we are a great position for widowers. A lot of times, you know, we've got men and women who have taken care of a spouse, and unfortunately that person has passed on, and they have all of this knowledge. And now they have all this free time and they don't quite know what to do with themselves. So they are sometimes our very best caregivers because they've been there, they've done that, they have the compassion, and they're taking all of that knowledge and they're helping someone else. And they can go home at night and feel really, really good about what they're doing because they really are helping. And like you said, we do look for the heart of a volunteer who doesn't mind getting paid. So it's... you know, gas prices are going up. It's sometimes volunteering can be a little bit expensive because of that. So, you know, this is a paid position. Like I said, that hopefully they would feel really good about.
Yeah. And so if they do want to reach you and just like explore more on either side of that, what's that number again?
So please, again, call us at 321-722-2999. And we are online at seniorshelpingseniors.com/Brevard.
Yes. Good. Well, and so Nancy, you know, as we're talking about the isolation and just people getting out of the house, you know, you've seen a sharp, I would call it a rise in the number of different calls that you're getting. And, you know, I remember to me, it was kind of revelational years ago when we first started doing, we do every year, and it's out there on the website right now, helpingseniorsofbrevard.org. A senior needs survey, and we ask people, like, what do you rank as the most important needs? And of course, housing is up there, transportation is up there, medical is up there. You know, they're all in that top 10. But I was really surprised to see how high socialization and isolation was up there, and this was historically before all the lockdowns and don't go out of your house and all that, don't get near people kind of thing that COVID brought to us.
Absolutely. You know, one of the things with my background in nursing, I've learned, as many have, as we age, our feel-good hormones and chemicals in our brains decrease. Serotonin, to name one. It's just a natural part of aging. So even people who have never been depressed before can find themselves depressed at an older age because of that decreased serotonin level. And of course, there are medications, but there are also natural ways to boost your mood. Now, I'm not talking about serious clinical depression here, but depression, loneliness, that feeling of isolation. And I do get callers on the helpline that call really for no other reason than to talk to me.
Yeah.
The vast majority have needs and need resources, but there are a few callers that just want to stay in touch because it's someone to call. Maybe they're a really advanced senior age and they've lost friends and family, and they find themselves alone. And that is their way of reaching out to have contact on the other end of that phone. And I'm there for those people. I can't advise, I don't counsel, but I can certainly talk to them as their listening friend on the other end of that phone. But to your point, and talking about events that are now starting to open up, if you can get out, do it. You know, for years I've participated in senior health fairs and saw years ago people would come out in droves. And when I was younger, I'd be like, I wonder what the appeal is, because I was so young. Now I'm going back into my 20s, which was quite a few years ago. And as a very young nurse, I was like, I wonder what the draw is. As I age, I'm learning, and I learn every day from my callers too, that what they get out of it is multifaceted. It's an event. It's something to look forward to and to go to. It is where you learn at these events. Learn about products, services, resources that you might need now or later that you can keep on hand. And most of all, it's social.
Yeah.
Even if you go by yourself, it's social by the nature of it. You get to talk to the vendors. So don't feel awkward. If you're by yourself and you see a health expo or senior expo coming up, anything informational, it is social. Even if you're not interested in the topic, I highly encourage you to come out. Yeah. You may learn something, and most importantly, you will connect with other people. And that does a lot for our brains.
Oh, absolutely. I was thinking about what we've been through. I was actually, it was funny. There's a Christian comic who does this thing about a homeschool family, and he, the mom and dad decide to take the kids out for a field trip. And so the kids come out of the house and they're going, wow, what is that big thing in the sky? It's the sun, and we've been in our houses so long. It is amazing. And it is kind of like freeing, right? If you get out and you go, there's a lot more than just the same little path I trod between the living room and the kitchen or whatever. And particularly now that it seems like since we've had our vaccines, we've gotten our booster shots, and now things are starting to open back up, we need to be out there. And so, in fact, I want to spend a couple of minutes talking about some events that maybe you want to put on your calendar. One of them is a huge amount of fun. It's very important for us because, to be honest, it's our major fundraiser for the year. But we're actually going to be out on Sunday. So we're talking about this Sunday. That's the 27th of February. We've been invited once again by the kind folks at the Satellite Beach Lions Club. They do a huge car show. I try to remember if this is like 11th annual or 12th annual, but they do this big car show that they have at the Schechter Center, which is that community pavilion. I don't know what you would call it, community complex, right there in Satellite Beach. And it's going to be a pleasant Sunday morning, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. The show is there. It's free. You come out and Jennifer, you were there at the show. I guess were we there last year? I can't remember with COVID, but I remember it's a big show and so many neat cars are out there.
It really is a great show, and it is outside, so lots of great, fresh, clean air. They have food vendor trucks. Mm-hmm. They have merchandise, so there's a little bit of a craft fair in there too, as well as the cars. A lot of really great cars. It's a lot of fun to just walk around, even if you're not a car person.
Right.
It's a great social time. Walk around, talk to people about the history of the different cars there, and maybe sometimes of why they've done what they've done to the car, because there's some really unique things.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was where the Iron Man car was, but that was pretty interesting. But it's a lot of fun. We will be there on Sunday. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be a nice day because, what I have learned, the reason we're out, what does helping seniors have to do with a car show? Well, it has to do with the fact that our major fundraiser is the Helping Seniors Car Raffle. And so this is a program that Joe, together with his buddy AJ Hires of all those Boniface Hires car dealerships. AJ has one of everything. He's got a Dodge dealership up in Cocoa. He's got a Chevrolet dealership on US 1. He's got the Mazda store right there downtown Melbourne. He's got that great new Kia dealership right on US 192. So he's got like one of every car that really matters anyway. And years ago when Joe was trying to build those Joe's Clubs for Brevard Alzheimer's, they came up with the idea of the car raffle as a fundraiser, so it's fun for everybody. You buy a ticket, maybe you win a car, who knows? What would be the cheapest car you ever bought, right? So you buy one ticket for $25 or $5 for a $100 donation, you could wind up with a car, but you certainly made an important contribution to a worthy cause. And so literally, this is our 6th annual car raffle that we're coming up, and Joe, together with our treasurer, Ed Fleece of Monarch Homes, years ago, they met Mark Pylock and told him how important Mark is this great guy who owns the American Muscle Car Museum. And that's that really cool building right there on Sarno Road. The guy has, I don't know, it must be $85 million worth of cars under one roof. And every one, you could eat off of every one of those cars. They're so spick and
pristine.
It's unbelievable. Yeah. So you walk in there, it's just, your jaw hits the floor just because of these cars. But every year, Marcus said, I want to help, make this fun for seniors and let's do something good for the community. He has kindly opened up his doors ever since he's opened it up. He said, you guys can come in here and do your grand drawing. And then now it's become the party of the automotive party of the year. So the grand drawing happens October 29th. It's a Saturday evening it's such a fun place to be. But that actually becomes another reason to get the ticket. But let's rewind. So as part of helping seniors going to these car shows, we've gotten to know a lot of the automotive people. And they're just fun people. I mean, it's like...
They are great. AJ and his team of folks, all of them, Tommy, they are all just fantastic to work with. They've been so kind and generous to helping seniors.
Yeah, and then the car owners who come to these car shows.
The car owners, I can't remember his name. That's terrible. The gentleman that does the music at a lot of these car shows. You know, there is.
I think there's a guy, Fast Eddie. Is that who I'm talking?
There's they'll play music. I think we've danced at a couple of them. We did the jitterbug one time. Wow. So it's just a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun to hang out with and joke around with. Really easygoing people, and like I said, they love to talk about their cars. So the interesting stories behind the different cars, some of the antique cars, the history behind the cars. Sometimes they'll be in process. So seeing from show to show how that car is changing, what they're doing to it, how it's evolving has really been interesting. So it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of camaraderie. It's a lot of socialization. So we really do encourage you to come out, have a good time with us. We will have people there selling tickets for our raffle.
Wait. I'm so excited for myself. I mean, I'm going to be there as part of helping seniors, but I'm so excited for myself, and we'll be there, and we encourage everyone to come out. We'll have tickets on sale.
Yes.
Again, $25 donation for one ticket. $100 donation gets you 5 tickets, and that's also your entry into the American Muscle Car Museum in our October event. And the amazing thing is, we just started ticket sales, and we're selling already.
Yes.
That's how much people look forward to this car raffle event fundraiser. Of course, everybody wants to win, but I always say people buy the lottery tickets. Your chances of winning are very, very small,
right.
Infinitesimal, right? For a $25 donation or a $100 donation for 5 tickets with helping seniors, you get a better chance of winning one of 4 beautiful cars. And if you don't win, you still get a beautiful evening out, which is great for a date or is family friendly, because there's beer and wine and snacks that Mark Pylock provides us, and just a great take-in. And on top of everything else, you are supporting a charitable cause, which is helping seniors of Brevard. So it's a no-lose situation.
Yes. Yeah, and it's really become so much fun. So again, we're talking about this weekend, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're going to be out at the Schechter Center, which is that community complex right there in Satellite Beach. We're going to be out there for the Satellite Beach Lions Club car show, and we're hoping that we're going to be able to get one of each cars, because that's the shtick with this, folks. You get to decide which car you want to win. So the choices are
The Dodge.
Yeah, that's the team captain of.
Oh, sorry, did I say that out loud?
Of Team Dodge, Jennifer Helin. There's a whole Dodge versus Chevy challenge thing that we'll talk about as this all goes on. But yes, one of the cars you can win is a Dodge Challenger. And 3 years ago, the lady who won, Karen Hoodless, that is the car that she chose. And last year, she was kind enough to bring that car. She still has it, drives it every day, and would bring it out to the event. So there's some fun photos of it out on Facebook and stuff like that. So, but you can also choose the Chevrolet Camaro. So that's how the Dodge versus Chevy thing comes in. And the fun part about the Chevrolet Camaro is the guy who won 2 years ago, he took home a Chevrolet. He wanted the convertible, so he took home Chevrolet convertible. And then last year, the guy who won, another local fellow, he was probably like I would be at the end of the day. I want to be practical, so I love the Kia Sportage. What a cool car that is. But you have another choice, and that is the beautiful Mazda Miata convertible. So you can imagine yourself in that convertible with the top down, wind going through your hair, and you're just zipping up and down A1A in that car. That's the fun of this. You get to pick which car you win. So this is actually going to be our first kind of like official public getting the cars out there. Everybody can see them, look at them, get your tickets. We're going to actually film some stuff for our promos that you'll be seeing on the Facebook and stuff as we go along. But it's going to be big fun Sunday, the 27th. That's this Sunday, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Schechter Center. Just come on out and join the fun. But we have another event we need to get to, which happens the next day, which is the Monday. That's February 28th. And again, as we started talking about at the top of the show, those of you may remember in pre-COVID world, we used to do a monthly event there at Zon Beachside. They have this thing that looks like a lighthouse, and at the base of it, they have a ballroom called the Nautilus Ballroom. And so we've been doing community events there pre-COVID. We had to knock it off when they told us everybody stay at home and all that. But we're going to start gathering back safely. We're going to still limit the number of people who can be in the audience, but we're going to go back to those community information events, but we're also going to be taping them for TV. So you're welcome to come out and join us. We need you to RSVP. Why? Because Zon is kind enough to provide some snacks, coffee, beverages, things like that. And they need to know, to make sure they plan enough. So that's at Zon Beachside in the Nautilus Ballroom. This is going to happen this Monday, and this will happen actually every last Monday of the month. That's going to be the sequence. Every last Monday of the month. It's a real simple 55-minute program that is geared around everything that we've set ourselves out as an organization to accomplish, which is helping you get your ducks in a row, how to create your own aging plan so you can be ready for stuff. This is going to be a fun morning. We've got Tyler Runt from Amy Van Fossen's. She's an attorney with Amy Van Fossen's law office. She's going to be out speaking. Debbie Beard, who is a senior real estate specialist, is going to be with us, and she's going to explain why you want a senior real estate specialist helping you whether you're buying or selling real estate as a senior. She, by the way, with her company, Next Chapter Real Estate, she's also sits on the board of helping seniors and sponsors the work of helping seniors. But we're also going to have out there Sherry Garofalo with Forget Me Not Senior Advocates. She's going to be joining us. And also our friends from Agility, which is physical therapy. They're going to be part. And Nancy and I are going to be there kind of emceeing, hosting, welcoming people there. But we do need you to RSVP. It's real simple, Nancy. I guess I could just call you and let you know.
Absolutely. I just want to let people know. Come on out Sunday, Schechter Center, Satellite Beach. Monday, Zon Beachside for our lecture series, both great events, and meet the people behind the voices that you hear here on Helping Seniors Radio. And if you want to know more detail, you forget, you didn't write it down, or you want to know addresses, any details on upcoming events, you can reach out to me at Helping Seniors of Brevard, 321-473-7770.
No, that's good. And, Jennifer, I think you said you may try to make out for some part of that maybe on Monday if you can.
Yes, I'll be being social over at the 55 Plus Club Bingo. And then we'll run over because if Chef Jason is providing the snacks at Zon.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
That itself is worth the price of admission.
Oh, he's an amazing
which
chef.
Is priceless. So you need to come out. This is our first effort back at this because you have to understand when we sat down at the beginning of the year and we said, what do we need to do as an organization? We already do the senior helpline, which has been a free call for people in Brevard County now going into our 11th year. You find us, you can't pick up a newspaper and not see Joe Steckler's articles advocating for seniors, or you get your senior scene, you see us on the TV, we're on Space Coast Government TV, people find us on YouTube, now the podcast, the radio. We're always serious about getting information in the hands of people, but this year we've added another dimension to it because we said, let's think of a theme for this year, and our theme is helping you get your ducks in a row. And what do we mean by that? We mean all those things that help you make your aging plan. And we've tried to be careful to try to explain this because most people say, well, I have a retirement plan. I have a financial planner. I did this with my 401k, blah, blah, blah. That's one part of it. But we live in Florida, so we get what a hurricane plan is, right? It means they tell you the hurricane could be coming here. You need to make some preparations. Well, as we age, you could be having something come at you that you want to at least have a plan for. And that's our point, is to, without frightening anybody, without intimidating anybody, it's really fairly simple, because if you talk to people who have helped guide other people through aging, you don't have to make all these mistakes. You can learn from experience and do some things the right way. And I can't tell you, Nancy and Jennifer, how often I've talked to people who are in this business who say, I wish I'd met you 30 days before this crisis happened, because we would have so many options that are just not on the table.
I get calls like that all the time. And you're exactly right. An aging plan is like a hurricane plan. It's not to scare you. It's to be prepared. It's to think of a plan B, a contingency plan. It's something that you hope you never have to use, but you have in place so that you're not waiting until something happens, shuffling around, very stressful at the last minute to pull the pieces together.
I literally had a client tell me this morning, and knowing that I'm coming on the radio today to talk about helping seniors of Brevard, I literally had a client tell me this morning, she says, I've been good for 70-some years, but I didn't plan on this.
Right.
And that situation that she's in right now would have been mitigated had they planned earlier.
Yeah.
They would know the steps that they're going to take, and the stress would be a lot less. Luckily, she's got us, she's got family, she's got a lot of people in the senior industry helping her, but those are the things that we want to plan for.
Yeah. See, that's the challenge, right? If we're intelligent and we've been good planners, because that's, from starting when you're a kid, what do you want to be when you grow up? They start with that. Then when you're a young adult, well, are you planning for your kids? Are they going to go to college? What are you going to do? Are you going to plan for your retirement? And then as you get older, they talk about your retirement plan, which is how are you going to pay, for where you're going to live or whatever when you're not working. But they don't really talk to us about some of the things that we might run into along the way. That's why Joe has been so passionate about this whole aging plan discussion. And so what we're going to start again on Monday there at Zon Beachside, the Nautilus Ballroom. We're just going to do it in very small, simple, bite-sized kind of chapters. And we're going to spend 55 minutes on Monday morning, 10:30 to 11:30, with snacks provided by the great folks
and
at
free.
Yeah, absolutely free.
Free to the public.
And I want to be real careful to say this. We're a nonprofit. This is not selling anybody anything. This is not like if you go, sometimes an organization will say, well, come here, buy, we'll feed you lunch, but we're trying to sell you something.
Right.
It could be an investment or whatever. We're a nonprofit. That's not what we're about. We are about getting information in your hands. We will have people who are experts in that information present, but this is not a sales pitch. This is an information presentation so that you just, hopefully it opens your mind and you say, I hadn't thought about that. I really should take a look at figuring that part of this out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a good point, Kerry, and thank you for making that, because I think a lot of people do get afraid that they're going to be solicited too.
Yeah.
And that's not what we're about. It's really about fulfilling our mission. Mm-hmm. And aside from advocacy, we provide information. We provide referrals if somebody wants that, if that's what they're seeking. But we also provide information and education, and that's part of our mission. And our sole mission is to help improve the quality of lives of seniors in Brevard County and beyond Brevard County.
And even as you say that, I was thinking about, because Joe Steckler, again, our president and founder, has always set the policy. He goes, there's no exclusivity, So like when you call up and say, hey, I might need an attorney, we're not going to go, oh, this is our guy. We know a lot of guys and girls who are attorneys, but we will give you a help with ones that we say, and then say, from here, these are known to us, but you need to make the best decision for your case.
Yeah, what makes sense for the caller.
Right.
Yeah, that's what we aim to do. I took a call the other day from North Carolina and helped her connect with the North Carolina resource.
Yeah, no, it's good. So listen, we're out of time on today's show, but we will look forward to seeing you Sunday out at the Schechter Center, and Monday actually out at Zon Beachsides, 321-473-7770. If you need any more information, thanks again to Jennifer Helin from Seniors Helping Seniors of Brevard, and also to Nancy Deardorff, our Operations Director for Helping Seniors. And on behalf of Joe Steckler, our President and Founder, and myself and the entire radio team, thanks for joining us. See you next week.